Initially, you have to go back to the Avijja Sutta, have Dhamma friend, listen to the true Dhamma, then develop the first and second turning wisdom. First turning is proclamation of truth, so listen. Then when you have that understanding, a type of wisdom will arise through hearing the sutta. The Buddha called it Sutta Maya Panya. Sutta are the discourse of the Buddha. Maya Panya is the wisdom, Panya, developed out of hearing the discourse of the Buddha. So, first turning wisdom is when the Buddha proclaimed the Four Noble Truths. If upon hearing, like Kondanya at that time, when he heard the first sermon, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he became a Sotapan before the Buddha complete the whole Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the first sermon. That is true hearing, but you must have special roots, special paths to have this ability. Unless you have that, you have to go on to the second turning. So second turning is, after you have heard the teaching, you may not have the full understanding or complete understanding. So what you need to do is you have to reflect on this truth, the Four Noble Truths when it's three turning. Contemplate into it, inquire, and develop the deeper understanding through the second turning. The second turning, the Buddha turned the Four Noble Truths 3 times. Oh, sorry. Each truth he turned it 1 time. So the second turning has 4 aspects. So under the first noble truth, the Buddha said this noble truth or dukkha is to be understood. So you have to understand it. Then the second noble truth, this cause of arising of suffering is to be abundant or severe. Then the third one, this cessation or dukkha, which is nibbana or enlightenment here now, is to be realized. Then the fourth noble truth is noble eightfold path, which is the meditation as taught by the Buddha, is to be cultivated. Knowledge alone is not enough. So when you reflect, contemplate, and inquire into these 4 second turning, inquiry and contemplation, then you will develop the wisdom. First noble truth, take for example, why did the Buddha say this noble truth or dukkha is to be understood? That is the first inquiry. Then second one is, how can I understand it? From here, you go in. Then you go one by one, the 8 reality. Why did the Buddha say birth is suffering? Then you have to reflect and contemplate on the birth process. And then you start to develop deeper understanding, clearer understanding. Then you inquire, how can I really understand? Means you must see it, witness it, understand it, and meditate to develop the stability of understanding. So as you contemplate, reflect, and inquire, you develop the stability of understanding of the Dhamma that you have heard under the first turning. So when you are able to stabilize the understanding, then you can slowly assimilate this understanding into your nature. This is how yoniso manasikara, the initial wisdom, come about through reflection, contemplation, and inquiry. But the mind has to have the spiritual faculty to do the inquiry, the second turning. Then after that, only you go into the third turning. So this is the process. When you develop that, the initial wisdom will arise. Then you can investigate into Dhamma. When it stand up to investigation, your faith is developed.